moving on to the next set of speakers, we've got Phil and Paul. They're both also from Archaeology Scotland. Phil is the Adopt a Monument project manager and has helped support communities' care for heritage in the last 10 years. Phil is also a director of the Arden American Transitions Project and has been researching and excavating prehistoric sites in Scotland since 2002. Paul, his colleague, is a senior project officer at Archaeology Scotland. He is responsible for delivering community-focused archaeology projects throughout the country. He holds a PhD on the Scottish Iron Age from Durham University and spends his summers volunteering on the Arden American Transitions project. He also has interests in sports heritage and engaging non-traditional audiences in archaeology. So today they will be introducing us to the Adopt a Monument scheme and how it can help you to get involved with your local heritage. So take it away.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So this will just be a very quick look through what Adopt is and what we've been doing and how we might be able to look at helping in the future. I obviously recognise quite a few people, quite a few participants from work we've done previously. And whilst Adopt a Monument isn't quite as old as DES, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, so getting there. And I've been around for about a third of that. So yeah, and I just want to say, the project is about community-led stewardship, so it's about conservation of sites that people think are important to them. We don't advertise for sites. People come to us with ideas, and we're very grateful to have been funded through Historical Environment Scotland for that and being able to apply that ethos. Since I've been in post since 2000, well, in the last 11 years, we've done 115 conservation projects. We were really pleased and very proud of the fact that we were able to work with so many groups across the country. One of the elements we took on board from that was developing engagement projects that was with diverse audiences such as vulnerable women, drug and alcohol recovery groups, vulnerably housed people, to engage in heritage. We did 25 of those. We've worked with about 10 partnership projects with organisations such as Matt Rich's of the Forestry and Land, etc. We've supported 42 employability programmes for young people underemployed and from disadvantaged backgrounds through our work with Keep Scotland Beautiful and other organisations. And there are now 3 other Adopt a Monuments based on our model across Europe, in Ireland, Finland, and part of Norway. What we do, as I said, the community-led projects, and we help with field work, we help with research, we help with fundraising, that kind of stuff. I'll go through some of that. For example, you can see here the kind of range of things we do, from landscape surveying and identifying sites in the area and then recording and caring for them, to the second picture at the top there, that's the Glasgow Necropolis, where we helped with some of the conservation needs and digital recording. At the bottom left is a Haley's cairn in Largs, which is a vegetation, Neolithic chambered cairn, which is mostly a vegetation management exercise, and that project's about to restart and be more ambitious in the future. And at the bottom right there, St Comegan's Church in Kilhowen in Arden American, where we helped the group repair the broken lintels on the church building there. We offer lots of training and advice. We run workshops from, as I say, from fundraising through to filling out DES and completing reporting forms to digital net technologies and so on, and archaeological skills, of course. A good example, I think, is our project out at, on the Black Isle there, Carn Glass, where we worked with Arch, NOSAS, and the North Keswick District Local History Society to look after another chambered cairn, this time the vegetation management, fencing and interpretation, and we restored one of the stones. And I think I saw that Roland was in the audience today, and then we'll be in touch. But I think it was a great project and one of the really fabulous ones we've done over the last few years. So as we talked about, so they basically formed out the Arden American Transition Project, as I mentioned at the beginning. We've been working in and around Arden American for the last 17 years, 16 years, in one way or another. And we've formed a very good, close relationship with lots of local people. And one that we've done 3 Adopt a Monument sites on the peninsula. Swordle Bay is one, St Common, as I mentioned previously. And this is a really good example about a kind of long-term emphasis. Some of the projects some projects we've done have been quite short-term. They've had a goal and we've achieved that, or made contact with other people who can help people achieve their aims. But this one has been a project that's gone on for a long, long time, and it's developed into something quite new. So what you can see here is just the kind of excavations, the surveys, the engagement with the young people, that kind of stuff. And what it's developed in is to a new project funded by Nature Scot through the ERDF programme, the Riwa West, which is an Adopt a Monument, the growth from Adopt a Monument. Is all based on the documents produced by the Community Council and the Community Development Trust for West Isle American. They noted the kind of heritage they were interested in, the concerns they had over access, travel, transport, that kind of thing, interpretation, and particular sites they felt had potential for improvement. And we were successful last year in funding for this, and this project started 3 weeks ago, I think. And as I said, as it shows, we'll look at 10 new Adopt a Monuments on the peninsula and provide lots of training and lots of engagement. And we'll also be investigating all of the designated sites on the West Isle American. So it was just a kind of look to the future and the kind of things we're looking to do, and the way we can get involved at a more deeper level for groups that are interested in that kind of thing. In terms of rock art, I was talking to Tertia before as we were setting this up, and we don't have a huge amount of rock art in the scheme. We've done lots and lots of carved stones, most particularly gravestones, that kind of thing, used lots of digital technology that has been mentioned previously today. But we have really only 3 examples, and the best one in terms of the completeness, I suppose, is the Heights of Oddity project that was completed by my former colleague Cara and the Heights of Oddity Cut Mark Stone Group, to introduce interpretation and a new location for the stone. And to be quite honest, it's not something I'd thought of, that we're lacking rock art. We have lots and lots of prehistoric sites in the scheme overall. So it's interesting to hear people's thoughts and how we can help. As I say, training, help with field work and site works, and fundraising are the kind of things that we do mostly. So interested to hear what people say. Thank you.
A quick question from the chat. Would it be possible to get links for the possibilities for work/volunteering? I guess the question is there ways to volunteer with you guys if you as you were saying about training and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll send things around, shall we? The best way to do that, we'll work that out. Obviously you can reply to the archaeologyscotland.org.uk email address that gets all of the team. There's like 5 of us, do bits and pieces. But yeah, we're always happy for volunteers and to link people up with other groups and things. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.